I'll leave you with this. I'm big on body language, and I'm watching the Mavs last night. Luka
Hmm.
does not look good, man. How's this end?
I, I don't know. He's in year one of a long-term contract, but the Mavericks made this Kyrie deal because they're worried about Luka asking out in the foreseeable future. And, whenever I check in with people in Dallas, it's made clear to me in no uncertain terms that they don't blame Kyrie for what's going on down here. Um, Kyrie, by all accounts, has been a great locker room guy, a pretty good leader. Saying it's a cluster bleep last night was probably not a page out of Dale Carnegie, but he has been a pretty good soldier down in Dallas. The problem they have, Dan, is their roster is deeply flawed. You watch, Luka and Kyrie are not good defensive players, but when there's nobody behind them to clean up their mistakes, they become exponentially worse because you can't rely on JaVale McGee and Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber to be defensive stoppers. So if you have two turnstiles at the top of the perimeter, you're not going to have much success getting stops in the paint. It reminds me a lot of what the Jazz looked like in recent years when Rudy Gobert was out of the lineup, where they could score a bunch of points, but they couldn't stop anybody. And I don't know how it gets better next season. Like, let's spin it forward and let's say you bring Kyrie back on a long-term deal, which is a massive risk in and of itself. Like, you don't have flexibility to go out and get the wing stopper that you had in Dorian Finney-Smith. You have no flexibility to get the perimeter or the interior big. You have no flexibility to flesh out that roster. You're just going to have to hope that those two guys catch lightning in a bottle and can outscore you on most nights. And that's not a recipe for success. It's really not.
They were better.
I think it's going to end poorly.
They were better before they made the trade. They were a better team.
It was a panic move.
Yes.
It was a panic move because they failed last year with Jalen Brunson. We don't need to go back down that path, but that was a catastrophic mistake, not re-signing him the first or second time that they had the opportunity. And now they go out and, we're the only team really in the NBA willing to roll the dice on Kyrie. And you look at the offseason, Dan, like, who's out there that would take a chance on Kyrie besides Dallas this summer? Like, the Lakers, I mean, if they do that, if they go out there and gut their roster to get Kyrie Irving, that would be one of the most dysfunctional moves I've seen in a while. The Suns have no interest. Kevin Durant doesn't look like he wants to be anywhere near Kyrie anymore. Like, some of the cap space teams, like Detroit, San Antonio, are they making a run at Kyrie Irving? Like, it's Dallas or bust, it feels like right now for Kyrie.